So there we go. You guys, Laura is like one of my favorite people in the whole entire world, as I'm sure she's one of your favorite too. She is the most amazing, incredible, inspiring, uplifting, motivating people ever. I remember the first time we talked and I was like, oh man, she's golden. So anyways, you guys are in good, amazing hands. This year, you guys were so close last year. You guys were so close last year. This year, you're going to be an elite or premier team. Every single one of you, Jen, Josie, Laura, Erin, every single one of you guys can be elite or premier. You guys, I will show you how to do it step by step. I want you to know the program like the front and back of your hand. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. Let me see here. Because you guys, once you understand this, it makes sense. So here we go. Okay. All right, you guys, give me a thumbs up. Zoom made some changes that like updated and now it's weird. Like it's kind of like my phone where I'm like, ignore. I hate the updates, but it's, you know, change. It's inevitable. There's one thing in life you can always count on, and that is change. My bishop, he's like kind of like the pastor of my church. He said, you guys, the only person in the world who likes change is a baby with a dirty diaper. And hey, sometimes they don't even like it. So it's so true. So guys, this is the Premier Goal Guide. Premier and Elite are so much alike on how you get there. But I think breaking it down even into Premier rather than Elite makes it seems so much more doable. Premier is actually a stepping stone to Elite. And in our 2017 execution and strategy meeting we had offsite last month, we were just saying, we focus so much on elite. We don't focus enough on Premier. And you guys, Premier is a stepping stone to Elite. So I'm gonna go over the Premier Goal Guide. Once you know it, you're like, that makes sense, because this is how we created it. At corporate here, we were like, all right, what are all of these coaches doing? The coaches who are growing their teams, they're growing their volume, they're growing their income. He's supposed to be listening.
I am listening. I'm right here. I'm listening.
Go get on your Zoom link.
All right. Go get on my Zoom.
That is the master. He is the master at, you guys, that man's brain. Like when I came on to corporate, he was the one who trained me on the Elite Premier program. And let me just tell you, by the time that whiteboard was over, it was like, it just looked like a little 5-year-old went like this. The man is a genius. He is so smart. And so I was like, will you please watch me? And so you can give me pointers or tips so how I can explain it better and just all that kind of stuff, because he's the master. I wouldn't say that to his face, but just behind his back. But anyways, okay. So you guys, what we did at corporate is we were like, okay, we looked at all the coaches who are growing their teams, they're growing their volume, they're growing their income. We're like, what are they all doing that they have in common? And this is how the Elite Goal Guide, Premier Goal Guide was created. All right, you guys? So the requirements to be a 2017 Premier Coach are: number 1, you must be a paid 2-star diamond or higher for at least one bonus week in December 2017. This little asterisk, I want you to come down here and see that the bonus weeks are the bonus weeks ending 12/6, 12/13, 12/20, and 12/27. Let me tell you a super sad story about one of my coaches. One of my coaches last year, she hit 2-star on December 1st. She had 150 Elite points. She hit 2-star on December 1st. December 1st was not a bonus week, you guys. The bonus weeks that counted were December 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. She lost it the next week and she could not get it back. She had all of her Elite points. She hit 2-star on 12/1, but it wasn't a bonus week. So make sure that you know what these bonus weeks are, okay? Mark them with red, big huge red X. Know that this is one of the dates you have to hit on, all right? Number 2, you have to have a minimum of 2 personally sponsored coaches reach diamond or higher for the first time in 2017, and have at least 2 of them hold the rank of diamond or higher at least one bonus week in December 2017. Again, these bonus weeks are right here. Now, what does this mean to say have a minimum of 2 personally sponsored coaches reach diamond or higher for the first time? This means this. One of my coaches, she was 2-star. She had 150 Elite points. She only advanced 1 new diamond. You guys, doesn't matter if you're 2-star, if you're 5-star, if you're 10-star, if you're 15-star, you have to advance at least 2 personally sponsored coaches to diamond or higher every single year in order to be Elite or Premier, all right? At least 2. There were some 5-stars that didn't advance to new diamonds. There were some 10-stars. There were some 15-stars. So guys, these coaches who are elite 4, 5, 8, 10 times, they are working their butts off because they have the same requirements as you. They start back at 0 again with 0 elite points, with 0 diamonds, and they have to get this every single year. So make sure you don't make that mistake. My coach, because she had 2 diamonds, enough elite points, she was heartbroken when she's like, I only advanced 1. And she'd been a coach for 3 years. And you guys, last year was my first rodeo going through elite. So there were some things where I was like, I'm never going to let that ever happen again. Even though we talked about this a million times and she was a coach for 3 years. You can never be too, like, I always say repetition is the mother of all teaching tools. So I just go over it and over it and over it. Okay, the next requirement is you have to earn a total of 135 elite points from any combination of points from the 4 elite point categories. The only difference between being premier and elite is with elite, you have to be at least 5-star. And with premier, you have to be at least 2-star. With elite, you have to have a total of 135 elite points, but there's minimums and maximums from the categories. With premier, we're just like, get 135 elite points, and that's all that matters. We don't care if all of them come from category number 1. We don't care if all of them come from category number 2. You just have to have a total of 135 elite points, all right? This is how you earn them. Category number 1, it's your personally sponsored coaches from last year and this year hitting Success Club, all right? Your personally sponsored coaches from 2016 and 2017 hitting Success Club. Say, for example, in January, you have 1 coach who hits Success Club. You hit it too, because remember, you guys, if you want to grow your business, if you want to grow your volume, your team, your income, hitting Success Club should be a non-negotiable for you. That should be a non-negotiable. So when you have a coach hit it and you hit it also, you get to double those points. So 1 times 2 is 2. You get 2 elite points, all right, for that coach who hits it. Now say, for example, in January you have 0 coaches hit Success Club, but you still hit it. 0 times 2 is still 0. And so the only way you get elite points is if your coaches from last year or this year, your personally sponsored coaches, hit Success Club. Let me tell you an awesome story. One of my coaches named Jamie, she became diamond in March last year. And so all of a sudden she got on my elite report and she was clear up top. She had all these elite points. And so I called her and I said, Jamie, I said, how long have you been a coach? And she said, 2 months. She goes, I just signed up in January. I go, that's awesome. I'm like, well, hey, you've got a ton of elite points. I'm like, you could very well be elite this year. And she's like, really? And she didn't even really know what it was. So I explained it to her. And I was like, all right, Jamie, how many coaches do you have hitting Success Club right now? And she goes, not really any. She goes, I pretty much just built my diamond on discount coaches. She goes, I really don't have a lot of working coaches. I'm like, all right. I'm like, this month, I'm like, work on helping 1 coach hit Success Club. The next month we talked, and she's like, Lace. She goes, I helped a coach hit Success Club. And I was like, awesome, that's perfect. I'm like, all right, this month, help 2. The next month we talk, Lace, I helped 2 coaches hit Success Club. You guys, she went from having an SC base of 0 in March to having an SC base of 4 by the end of the year. All right? An SC base of 0, so she had no coaches hitting Success Club. And by the end of the year, she had an average of 4 hitting Success Club every single month. The next month we talk, she's like, Lacey, I was on the phone with Christina Delgado, who was the top coach in the network, and she was saying how she has an SC base of 10. So on average, she has about 10 coaches hitting Success Club. And she goes, I thought for sure she was leaving off a 0 or 2 zeros or 3 zeros. There is no way Christina Delgado, a top coach in the network, could have an SC base of just 10. I mean, you guys saw her at Summit. You saw her on stage. She is so successful. You guys, her SC base is 10. These coaches like Melanie Mitros, these Bonnie Ingles, Amy Silvermans, Alicia Shoemakers, they don't have outrageous SC bases. They have an average of like 10, 15, maybe 20 at the very most. Well, not the very most, but maybe 20 hitting Success Club. So my little coach, who was a diamond, who actually ended the year as a 4-star, she went from having an SC base of 0 to an SC base of 4 in about 9 months. Because it's that whole saying, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. You can't eat the whole thing, just like you can't go from having an SC base of 0 to having an SC base of 10. You go from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2, 2 to 3. You guys just work on helping one more coach more every single month. All right. Okay, category number 2. This is your personally sponsored coaches' personal volume. So it's all of your coaches you bring in this year, 2017. It's their personal volume. All right. For every 500 in PSPV, you get 1 elite point. So say, for example, in January, you bring in one coach and their PSPV totals 300. Divide that by 500, you still get 0. Say in February, you bring in one more coach. So between the coach you brought in January, the coach you brought in February, now it's 600 PSPV. Divide that by 500 and you get 1 elite point. Now what happens to that extra 100? It carries over. It's a rolling total, you guys. So you never ever lose any PSPV. It's just a rolling total. For every 500 PSPV, you get 1 elite point. I always say it's very, very, very important to be bringing in new coaches all year long, but especially these beginning months, the January, the February, the March, April, May, June, these beginning months. Because you guys, a coach you bring in January will help you January, February, March, April. They'll help you all year long. When they're on Shakeology HD, when they're on Home Direct, every single month that Shakeology ships, you get 90 more PV. So that same coach can help you every single month. Whereas in November, this coach will only help you in November and December. All right, you guys, so these beginning months are so, so critical to be just sending out your invites and connecting with people and following up with people and just reaching out. I always say the work you put in October, November, December, that helps you have an amazing, awesome January, February, March. You guys, the work we put in today, it's not going to pay off tomorrow or next week. Might not even next month. Might not even next year. Amy Silverman said it best when she says, you guys, I'm not at SC 100 because of the work I put in today or yesterday or last week or last month or last year. She goes, it's the work I've put in every single day over the last 5 years. That's where I'm at. That's why I'm at where I'm at today. I always say, make sure you're doing the Fantastic Four daily. The Fantastic Four daily. The Fantastic Four are add people to your network every single day. Connect with people. Invite people to something, whether it's to a free group or a challenge group or a sneak peek. Invite people to something and follow up. All right, you guys, do the Fantastic Four daily. The secret sauce is in the vital behaviors. That's the secret. Everything we ask you to do to lead us to success, it's all simple things like push play, drink your shake, read a book, share, invite. They're all simple things to do. They're not easy, but they're simple. It's simple to push play, but it's not easy. It's simple to invite someone, but it's not easy. You guys, if you are consistent with the 4 vitals and those Fantastic Four daily, your business will grow. Your volume will grow, your team will grow, your income will grow. You will advance. The more you advance, the more you grow, the more people we're helping. All right? So you guys, that's PSPV. Category number 3. This is what I love. I totally love it. You guys, if you have any questions at all, put them in the chat. We'll get to them afterwards. All right? I love this category. Last year, we saw a lot of coaches just bringing in coaches like crazy, super fast. They were coming in super fast. And guess what? Those coaches were going out just as fast as they were coming in. You guys, when people don't get results, when they don't have that transformation, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, when they don't have that transformation, they're like, peace out. This is a little bit hard. I mean, I actually have to work. This isn't for me. But you guys, when they get results, when they have the transformation, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, you guys, they want to shout from the rooftops for everyone to hear that Beachbody changed their life. They want to share. They want to share with the world that they're a different person now. They've got, we're helping give women their life back, their self-esteem back, their self-love, their self-confidence, and they want to share with the world. You guys, when people don't get results, they don't have that transformation, they become like a Beachbody 4-monther or a Beachbody for 2-monther. We want Beachbody for lifers. I am a Beachbody for lifer. I call that stuff, like my family, my friends, they're like, oh, you drink that expensive shake? And I'm like, that stuff is liquid gold. I would pay $500 a bag for that. It has changed my life. And we're not just selling something, you guys. It's we have the whole package. We have the greatest fitness programs. We have the greatest products. We have the accountability and the support that comes from you coaches. We have the whole shebang. So you guys, customers, we added this category in because we're like, all right, the customers are so important too. So CPV is your personally sponsored customers' personal volume. It's just customers from just this year, 2017. For every 500 in CPV, you get 1 elite point. All right, for every 500 CPV, you get 1 elite point. Say, for example, in January, you bring in 2 customers, and their CPV totals 250. Divide that by 500, you still get 0. In February, you bring in 2 more. So between the customers you brought in January and the other ones you brought in February, it totals 500 CPV. Divide that by 500, and you get 1 elite point. So for every 500 in CPV, you get 1 elite point. Same thing like the coaches. It's a rolling total, all right? You never ever lose any CPV. As I always tell coaches, if it were a perfect world, and we know it's not, then you would only have to bring in 2 customers every single month, because these customers that came in, they'd stay forever too. We all know customers and coaches come in and they go out. So I say focus on bringing in at least 3 to 5 coaches, discount coaches, whatever, 3 to 5 per month, and focus on bringing in at least 3 to 5 customers per month. And how do you do that? Do that by doing the Fantastic Four daily, the connecting with people, or sorry, I just lost my train of thought. The adding people to your network, the connecting with people, the inviting people, and the following up, doing those vital behaviors every single day. They'll get you these, all right? The last category is your advancement team volume. You guys, you earn 1 elite point for every 10,000 point increase in ATV. Your advancement team volume is volume 3 levels deep, all right? It's volume from your personally sponsored coaches, their personally sponsored coaches, and their personally sponsored coaches, all right? So it's just volume 3 levels deep. I always say, think of this. Think of your personally sponsored coaches as your kids, their personally sponsored coaches as your grandkids, and their personally sponsored coaches as your great-grandkids, all right? Just volume 3 levels deep. Now, say, for example, Laura ended last year with 10,000 ATV, and this year she ends with 50,000 ATV. You have to meet whatever you did last year, and then for every 10,000 above that, that's when you get 1 elite point. So if she went from 10,000 to 50,000, she went up by 40,000. Divide that by 10,000 and you get 4 elite points. Now, you guys, when I first learned about elite, and Doug, you taught me, he taught me the Compensation Elite program, and I was just like, I got a twitch in my eye, and I couldn't sleep, and I'd have nightmares about ATV, XYZ, W, 3 levels deep, kids and grandkids divided by 10. You guys, that was the one thing where I was like, Bonnie Engel put it perfectly at NLC. Last year, she was at NLC. And Laura, I get to meet Laura in person at NLC this year. I'm so excited. Okay, so last year, Bonnie Engel was at NLC. And she was presenting as a 15-star top 10 elite coach. And she said, you guys, last year, I was in your seats. I was a 2-star. Fast forward 1 year, I'm a 15-star diamond, top 10. And she says, NLC was the game changer. She says, I changed, my business changed, my leadership changed. And she said that weekend, it changed my business. So you guys, if you have not gone, put that on your vision board and make sure you do the actions that are going to get you there. So anyway, she says, after that weekend, I stepped away and I said, okay, what were 4 of the things that every top coach hit on, that every training hit on somehow, that corporate always talks about? What were the 4 things? And she goes, this was it. Number 1, hitting Success Club for me is non-negotiable. If I want to grow my team, my business, my volume, my income, hitting Success Club for me is non-negotiable. So number 2, I need to help my coaches hit Success Club. Number 3, I need to bring in new coaches every single month. And number 4, I need to bring in new customers every single month. She said those are the 4 things I focused on throughout the year, and I went from a 2-star to a 15-star in a year, a top 10 coach. All right, you guys, when you focus on those things, You hitting Success Club no matter what, helping your coaches hit it, bringing in new coaches every single month, and bringing in new customers every single month. This ATV just happens. You don't have to think about the ATV, XYZ. You don't have to think about that. It just happens when you focus on those 4 things. Hitting Success Club every single month, non-negotiable. Helping your coaches hit it. Bringing in new coaches and bringing in new customers. All right? You guys, this next sheet right here, this is a tracking sheet that I want you to print out. Okay? I'll give it to Laura, and I want you to print it out. I want you to print out both. I want you to print out this first one that shows you an example of where you should be. And I want you to print out this one that you'll be able to track. Jessica Bauer Nielsen did the best national wake-up call on tracking. She said when she started tracking her business, it grew by 300%. Because what you track goes whack. What you track, you can impact. I compare it to this. When one of your challenges says, Laura, these programs don't work. They don't. I'm not losing any weight. They don't work. I'm pushing play every single day. I'm drinking my shake. I'm using my meal plan. I'm eating my food. These don't work. And Laura says, all right, okay, so you're pushing play every single day. Yeah, every single day. I'm sweating my guts out to Sean Day. And she's like, all right, you're drinking your shake every single day. Yeah, every single day. And you're following the meal plan. Yeah, I'm eating my chicken and my broccoli and my brown rice and my sweet potatoes and my healthy fats every single day. Okay, you're using the containers to track. No, that's just too hard. That's too time consuming. That just takes too long. And plus, I can totally eyeball how much a red is. I can totally eyeball how much a blue is. I can totally eyeball how much a yellow is because we all know we have way bigger eyes for the yellow. So Laura says, all right, this week, I want you to use the containers and I want you to track. Next week, the challenger says, Laura, these programs work. I've lost 5 pounds in 1 week. You guys, what you track, you can impact. What you track goes back. All right? Let me tell you, the funnest calls in the whole entire world to make are the elite and the premier calls. When we call and we say you are a 2017 elite or premier coach, they're the funnest calls to make. Because I was sicker than a dog that day at work, but there was no way I was missing that day. I was sneezing like 4 or 5 times, blowing my nose, coughing in between each call, but there was no way I was missing that call. Let me tell you the saddest call in the whole entire world to make. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can see you guys. The saddest call to make, you guys, is the one where they were off by 1 point. They had the star diamonds. They had their new diamonds, but they had 134 elite points. Oh my heavens. Talk about heartbreaking. They cried. I cried. I hated making those calls. Hated it because I know how hard you guys work. Guys, it's the worst call ever to make. And I had to make some of them, and it was so heartbreaking. They were off by 1 point. Let me tell you why tracking is so important. One of my coaches I worked with last year who was very, very, very detail-oriented, and she just tracked, and she was like a fine-tooth comb. Like, she tracked her business. We talked one month, and she said, Lacey, she says, I'm missing 1 elite point. And I go, you are? And she goes, yeah. She goes, according to my calculations. And she says, and I do this with a fine-tooth comb. She says, I'm missing 1 elite point. So I said, okay, call into coach relations and get it figured out. So sure enough, she calls back and she goes, yep. She's like, I was missing 1 elite point. She said there was some kind of system glitch and I was missing 1 elite point. You guys, what if these coaches that had their diamonds, had their new diamonds, had 134 points, but they really had 135? Oh my heavens. Oh my heavens. They were missing 1. Like, what if they would have been tracking? They would have found that, oh, I really do have 135. You guys, tracking is so important. Just like with the containers. You can't eyeball stuff. You can't remember it in your head. You have to track. What you track, you can impact. What you track goes whack. Jen, Laura, Doris, Corey, I want to call every single one of you guys and get you on video because, oh my heavens, if you have not seen the elite video, the elite call it video, it gives you chills, it makes you cry, it makes your leg hairs grow. I have to share my legs like every single day here, you guys, I swear, because all you guys are so inspiring and so uplifting that you give me chills. But that video is so awesome. I want you guys to all be in that video. And it's so awesome. When we make that call, we do it through Zoom. We call through Zoom. We're like, you are a 2017 elite or premier coach. And then we do this. Like, we pretend like we're screaming and they're screaming. They're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they realize that we're not screaming because we're like, sorry, we want to just keep the Zoom on you, because if we start screaming, then then the Zoom comes to us and we want to get their reaction. But it's so fun. They cry, their families are there, their husbands, their wives, their girlfriends, their boyfriends, their kids, because it takes a lot of work. Elite is not just going to happen. It isn't. It's not just going to happen. I always say you would never save all 7 workouts to do in one day. Never. Can you imagine doing 7 insanities in one day? Where's the razor blade? Let me slit my wrists. You guys, you do a little each day. You do 1 workout every single day. That same thing with this. Consistency is key. The #1 coach in the network, Melanie Mitchell, I loved when she talked at Summit when she said, you guys, there's nothing, my topic, her topic was being extraordinary. And she said, it was a hard topic for me. She said, because I'm not extraordinary. I'm just an ordinary girl who is willing to outwork the competition. She is the most consistent person on the planet. She shows up every single day, you guys. She does the vitals every single day. She always says, I'm doing like my favorite quote ever. I always say everything is my favorite ever. So you guys are going to have to know that. My favorite thing ever, my favorite quote ever is successful people just do the basics better. You guys, if you're not doing those basic things, then your business isn't going to grow. Coaches will come to me all the time and say, Lacey, my business is not growing. I'm like, oh my heavens, it's just spinning or it's spiraling down. Like, I've got this awesome website and this awesome blog and this awesome YouTube channel, and I have these awesome pictures and these pick monkeys and these little sparkly things, but my business is not growing. I'm like, well, are you inviting? Are you connecting with people? Are you attracting people? Well, no, but I have this awesome website and this awesome blog and this awesome YouTube channel and these cute little pictures. You guys, if you're not doing the basic things, then you're not going to grow. You are not going to grow. Master those vital behaviors. Master those. Get amazing at them, and you will grow. The whole saying, if not you, who? And if not now, when? Applies to every single one of you guys. Guys, all the elite coaches, they didn't think they could hit elite. And they're like, they set a goal, and they worked, and they achieved it. What the mind can believe, the mind can achieve. You guys, this right here, it's your most powerful asset. I always say the mind is the biggest asset or the biggest liability. All right, use it as an asset. That's why I say Beachbody has it figured out. I say they get people to change from the inside out. They get you to change what's between these 2 ears. That's the most important thing. Your mind is your biggest mountain you're going to have to climb. That's why personal development is so huge. You guys, and I say this a lot of times too. The team you have right now, unless they're going to be willing to like run with you and go with you and develop themselves, they're not going to be the team that's going to get you to that next level. But if they're willing to run with you and they're going to do the basic things that you know are going to help you grow, the vital behaviors, if they're going to develop mentally, they're going to be with you. But if they're not, I always say, okay, you guys, we're all about, yes, we recruit people in, but I hate that word recruiting. It puts an icky taste in your mouth. I always say, write down the word recruiting, cross it out with a big, huge X, and write build relationships of trust. That's what we're doing. We're building relationships of trust. All right. And how do you do that? Add people to your network, connect with them, become their friend, show them that you care. When a person knows you care about them, they will do anything for you. Show them that you care, connect with them, invite them to something, and follow up. You guys, oh my heavens, that was like long-winded. Any questions at all? We are out of time. But any questions at all? You guys, I am here to help you grow your team, grow your income, grow your volume. We are saving the world, and there's so many gadgets and gimmicks. It's like, shake this and lose weight. Shock these and get a 6-pack. Take this pill and eat whatever you want. There's so much stuff that people are so confused. Like Carl said, he's like, why is the obesity rate going up and up and up and up? Because all this gimmicks and gadgets and crap is out there. People are confused. They need you, you guys. They need you. It's accountability and support it's the key. And I know that Laura runs amazing challenge groups. Oh my heavens. Your post the other day too about the Facebook, about your that you were working with Facebook, gave me chills how they're like, word it like this, word it like this. Like, you guys, she is such an amazing leader. Like, I always say, I can pick them. Wow. You guys are in the best hands ever. The best hands. And so, any questions, you guys?
I actually did have a question.
Okay.
So, okay, so let's say you got like at Success Club 20 last month. You could figure out the PV from that, from each. Like, let's say you got, I don't know, 16 Success Club points from new customers. That would bring a couple elite points, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I just need to figure out how to use the tracker and write it down.
Yes, and there's
I think that'll motivate me to do that.
totally, and there's some way in your in your back office, I think in the sponsorship drill down, where you can run something like that. I don't have a back office like you guys, but there's got to be a way, because you guys, yeah, there's got to be a way. Reach out to your upline, see if she knows how, or like there's a way to do it in your back office with the sponsorship drill down. But yes, but that's exactly right.
Yeah, and I would like to be able to pull a report of customers. It'd be nice to be able to pull a report of customers who, like the new customers, to see how many months in a row. Because I would think it would be neat to do like a recognition in the challenge group for customers who, like
Totally.
3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, like little gifts or little prizes. I don't know. I just thought that would be a neat way to get them to.
There's got to be a way.
On it every month.
Anyways, and I know that they're working on lots of reports so that you can be able to like track, and we're like Beachbody, they don't do anything halfway, half a. They do everything like the best. Like they are always changing things. They're always improving things. Like Carl's the most amazing man ever. And you guys, he is who he is. Like I work at corporate. Behind closed doors, he's the exact person he is on stage. He has the best heart. He wants to help people. That's what I love most about him. I'm like, oh my heavens. And like I said, I work at corporate. I know what goes on. And I work with a lot of big wigs, corporate guys that are just like one way to everybody else. And then behind closed doors, completely opposite. That is not Carl. And I love it. We're changing the world.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I've got to get to my next call. If you have any questions, reach out to me, reach out to Laura. If I don't know the answer, Flo doesn't know the answer, we'll find it out for you guys. All right? But until then, start doing the Fantastic Four daily, adding people to your network. I say this, I'm like, add 10 people to your network every single day. Connect with 10. Invite 5 to something, whether it's to a free group, a challenge group, a coach sneak peek, invite 5 to something, and then follow up with 10. 10, 10, 5, 10. You guys, your actions have to be aligned with your goals. When coaches say, I want to be 5-star elite, I want to be 10-star, I want to be 15-star, I'm like, okay, your actions have to be aligned with that. So if your actions you're taking aren't getting to where you want to go, you've got to up them. All right? You do. It's not just going to happen. Just thinking about it. It's not just going to happen. But I want to make every single one of you guys that call. Jen, Doris, Laura, Corey. I want to make every single one of you guys that call. And when you see the elite video, like you're just going to like, it's going to just give you chills up and down your body and just make your leg hairs grow. Okay, guys, thanks so much for taking time to listen to me. Thanks so much for being on the call. Reach out to me. I'm here to help you grow all that I can. All right? You have an awesome team, Laura, and I just love and adore you. Love and adore you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.